Well, I want to welcome everybody to the African Conscious Workshop. Well, you know, this is a place where we come and reflect on how important it is to be African in our own right, body, mind, and spirit. You know, this is the only place that I know of we can come and create such a dialect. You know, but we're going to keep it in tradition. Of course, the African Conscious Workshop was started by some elders in the early 80s, late 90s. And, in this tradition, as I come up behind my elders, I don't know what I need to know about what it is I need to know. This is why we have elders and ancestors who we can learn and look from. So in the tradition, in the African tradition, because of that, I can't speak unless I ask an elder for permission to speak. So right now I'm going to take this time and I'm going to ask my elder permission to speak. Mother? Permission? Ashe. When you get Ashe? Ashe. Ashe. Today is a great day. Today is Sankofa. We know what Sankofa means, right? Everybody knows what Sankofa is in this building, but know what Sankofa means, right? Well, for the ones that don't know, Sankofa just simply means to go back and fetch. Let's, go back and get what was ours. We came on the transatlantic slave trade, and upon that voyage, a lot of things is left, a lot of things is lost, forgotten. Things just seems to be a mystery. So with the Sankofa, or the image of Sankofa, with just the meaning of Sankofa, it allows us to remember how important it is to go get that image we lost. So we want to thank Brother Jomo, of course, who runs the Sankofa program every year. Because sometimes we get caught up in the midst of things and we forget how important it is to go back. This European to have us on the treadmill when we be just running and we got to worry about, Justin Bieber being a racist and all of that stuff. And, we forget ourselves. So we want to thank Jomo for, giving us the opportunity to every year to come and reflect on what it means to be African, using Sankofa. We actually do it in this room every year. This is why I love the program, because he comes in and he merges the African Conscious Workshop with the Sankofa Day. Of course, the Sankofa Day is just a spin-off of Juneteenth. So Sankofa is somewhat of a promotional for the big thing. You see what I'm saying? And Brother Jomo, of course, creates these events and he creates these activities that we do every year. So, I'm going to take this time to bring our brother up to explain what it is and what he had planned for the week. I know we just missed one, yesterday. Maybe he can give us a recap. So we want to give him an African welcome. You know what I mean? Well, we maybe just clap while he come up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Come on, Jomo. Come on. I feel like a ghetto superstar. I share.
We have to also acknowledge who you are. You're an international star that carry the message of our African.
That's right.
Everybody knows Jomo.
That's right.
We'd be making you a saint.
That's right.
Well, Elder, can I have permission to speak with all those words? Well, I humbly accept all the good things everybody is saying. And I want to remind everybody a couple of things. One is, when the African Conscious Workshop started, maybe a year or two after or during that time, it was when we were over at the other library. And that's when myself, Sam Radford, Amin Ra, Brother Akeem Kazri,
Ashe. Amen. Ashe. Symbol.
A lot of people who have even passed on and who are not around anymore. That's what we were doing when we were in ECC together. So if you could imagine Brother Killer Jomo, Nate Hare, Kamal, Ahmed, who owns Mandela Market,
right.
All of the Africans, all of the black people were at ECC at one time. And a whole lot more than I'm forgetting. But at that same time, I don't know if you all know about the big ASCAP that came to Buffalo. That was when Dr. Johnny Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Florence Press Welsing, Asa Hilliard. It was at ECC, and there's more who were there. Florence Press Welsing. All of them were in Buffalo at one time. And that happened because the students at ECC linked up with the elders, brought the biggest ASCAT conference to Buffalo, and probably in the region we had all of those elders at one time. So everybody we're studying and referencing now, as students, we brought those people to Buffalo, utilizing ECC money and the ASCAT. That's because our culture community, our educated community, we were very tight, and our elders and our students, everybody was all together. And it just shows the power of what, it showed two things. One, it shows the power that takes place when all of us work together and put our minds on task, but it also shows that other people are watching, and when you do that one time, they'll try to make sure they do whatever they can to make sure it don't happen again. And that is how come student organizations and all of those things have very, very tight restrictions on what they can do and how you can get through with so-called advisors on what students can do with school monies and those things. That's just because you talked about that sometimes. How I came.
That's why it's important for our elders.
Yeah, well, we keep on big up and speaking on elders and ancestors, for those people who are here in the city,